As the lecture started,
Hello, class.
Good morning, ma'am.
Hello, class. Good morning. How are you doing? Good
Fine,
morning.
ma'am.
How are you doing? All right, I'm coming. All right. So how are you doing? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, fine. Yes, ma'am, I can hear you, ma'am.
Okay,
I'm
that's
good,
okay
ma'am.
then. Okay. So nice to have you again. Let me
You're
try to
welcome.
show. So the class rep, are you there? Hello, the class rep? The class rep? Hello?
It's not yet in.
The class rep is not around.
Yeah, it's
Who
not
is
yet
assisting?
in.
Okay, who is assisting him?
It's me, that's Smartafa Tiokra.
Okay, then what you help me do is to take a picture of me as I teach you. Is that okay?
Yes, man.
So when you take it, you send to my number.
All right, man.
You have my number?
Yeah, I'm the one that sent all of them the last semester.
Okay, that's okay then. All right, thank you so much. So today we are still continuing with Monday, Tuesday, you were talking about theory and practice of counseling and psychotherapy, which is SST 806. Am I right? Am I right?
Yes,
Am
ma'am.
I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to be looking at the theories of counseling. So first of all, what is a theory? What is a theory? Hello? Hello? The network is bad. Hello?
What with you, ma'am?
What is a theory? The question is, what is a theory? Can anyone say something?
Good morning, ma'am.
I'm asking, what is a theory?
A theory is a set of ideas that aims to explain phenomena.
Okay, set of ideas trying to explain a phenomenon. Okay. Yes, who else can try?
Yes, I can try, ma.
Okay, yes, go on, Desmond.
Yeah, it's a set of principles on which the practice of an activity is based on.
Okay. Yeah, like an anchor you're talking about?
Yes, ma.
All right, that's good. Yes, who else can give us another? Who else can try? Okay. We are talking about a theory. Can you see what I've popped out?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma.
That's fine. That's fine. So we are talking about a theory, and some said it is a set of ideas or principles that certain explanations are based on, or something like that. Yes, a theory is that which explains a phenomenon. Now you try to look at life. There are so many happenings in the world. So what a theory does is it helps you to understand how those happenings occur, or how they started, or how they occur. So it gives you an idea. It helps to explain an idea about what you do not know or what you are researching about. Take, for instance, when you are trying to research about a said concept that either you are aware of or not, there are some theories that back up those explanations. Now you pick up a theory to explain your concepts. You try to look at, okay, this concept is, let's say, stress. And so you have picked up a theory that helps explain, give you a better understanding of stress, how people undergo stress and what happens to them. And the theory explains vividly the phenomena of stress and how it occurs and how it is relevant or it is not relevant to a particular context. So basically, we have a theory is what, or is that which explains a phenomena. It gives meaning to situations of life and enables you to understand the construct you are dealing with or that you intend to deal with. It helps to explain those constructs. So basically what the theory does is opening up your eyes to see more of what you are really trying to deal with, explaining situations, explaining concepts, explaining context, and then whatever that you need to understand the meaning of whatever that you are dealing with. So a theory is that which explains a phenomena. It gives meaning to situations of life and enables you to understand the constructs you are dealing with or that you intend to deal with as applied to different circumstances and contexts. It also explains that in so and so context, a theory is propounded by individuals, and individuals come from different contexts or different, they come from, they have different situations of life and all of those. And so when they are propounding this theory, they're trying to make meaning out of what is happening around them. So it gives a comprehensive justification about an idea or an event and allows room for improvement in subsequent studies. So when we're talking about a theory, we are trying to make meaning out of what we are studying or we are dealing with at the moment. We are looking at it in such a way that we can also make some improvement. Take, for instance, when you are to research, you are to carry out a research, you need a theory to back up your explanations. You need a theory to help explain the context from where you are coming from. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? Are you with
Yes,
me?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
So you need
yes,
this theory to understand. And so when you set theories in your research and you are talking about, you are discussing your constructs or your concepts, at the end of the study, what is what we are hoping for is that by the end of that study, your study should improve on that theory which you used. Okay, take for instance, a theory says, okay, that stress is caused by exhaustion, or stress is caused by demand from work, or mental demands, and all of those. And then by the end of your study, you'll realize that stress is also caused by illnesses, by situations of life, other than mental demands and all of those that that person propounded that theory on. So your aspect of stress is going to be an improvement on that theory. You can say, yes, that theory says so and so and so, but your study is improving on that theory in this regard. So you say what a theory does, it helps you to understand situations, and it also gives a justification about what you are trying to talk about. Quite okay, but then it also gives you room to criticize it. When you are writing your research, you don't have to just put a theory as it is alone and you move away. When you put a theory, you are going to talk about it, how relevant it is to your study. And then you are also going to talk about the criticisms. Now, there are some theories that were propounded in the Western world, which were not from Africa. Now, like those theories, when you use them in Africa, it has allowed you the room to make an improvement on such theories because the context was quite different from the context in which you are studying. So it's going to be an improvement that though the study was carried out in America, another study in Africa has been carried out, and it shows that this theory fit into this context and also into the context of Nigeria. Do you understand what I'm saying? Are you with
Yes,
me?
sir.
Are you with
We're
me?
with you, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
We're
ma'am.
with you,
We are
ma'am.
with you.
Yes, we're here.
So when we talk about counseling theories, we are trying to derive an understanding and a meaning of situations that lead to counseling. We're talking about theories that help us to model people, help us to there are some issues of life that are complicated, that needs explanation. And so when we talk about counseling theories, we're talking about those ideas, those concepts, or those meaning that we give to certain situations that happen to us. And we're looking at how these theories can explain the situations of life and how these theories can help us solve certain situations. We have so many of these theories, and each of the theory is to help you come out of a certain situation because it has its own dictates. Now, there are some theories that have been used to help people come out of anxiety, out of depression, out of some psychological disorders. So when you understand what the theory is talking about, what the theory is trying to explain concerning or regarding a disorder, you will be able to understand that disorder better and be able to handle it in the most appropriate manner, such as to bring solution or to intervene in such situations. So like we talking about counseling theories here, we know that there are several situations of life. And now maybe someone comes to you saying, oh, I have a psychological problem, or maybe basically to mention, I have a depression. And so for you, the counselor or the therapist who wants to help the person, you will go back to those theories, look at them, and try to understand what those theories are trying to talk about depression, how they have explained depression, and how you can use those theories to understand the situation of that person who has come to you, the client who has come to you with so and so and so situation. So when you understand this theory, the explanation given to depression and what brings about depression, or what leads to depression, the causes, the developmental processes, and how it can be handled. We're talking about diagnosis, and then we're talking about treatment, and of course, prognosis, how this can be handled. That this theory will help you understand these processes, how to deal with issues of such. So we basically, counseling theories form an intellectual model that propels certain ideas about underlying factors that affect behavior, thoughts, emotions, interpersonal interactions, or interpersonal interpretations. So these counseling theories help you to understand those underlying factors like we were talking about, how comes a behavior, why a behavior is occurring so many times, or why is this person emotional, why is a person having mood swings, why is a person not able to relate with the fellow human being, or why the person is having relation problems, marital issues, and all of those, why the person feels that aggression is the best method to solve problems, or why the person feels that he or she is not loved. So it tries to bring out those ideas about those factors, how or why, or how comes about certain issues of life. So that's what the counseling theories help us to drive at. So we have some theories here, some the types of counseling theories. We have SST and existential therapy. We have behavioral therapy. Hello. Hello.
Yes,
Hi.
ma'am.
Hi, how are with you?
You are with me. Where have I stopped? Because the network tripped off.
Types of
Counseling theories.
Okay, types of counseling theories. Okay, so let's rush over quickly. They're calling me now for that meeting. So we have a psychoanalytic theory of counseling. We have humanistic and existential therapy, and all of these that I've listed here. But first, we are going to talk about psychoanalytic theory of counseling. Just a minute. Let me inform her I'm coming. Hello, I said, Prof. Okay, I started. Okay, I'm coming, please. Just give me like 5 minutes over there. Thank you so much. So as you can hear, we are on a meeting, but let's rush over this quickly and then we'll go on. Psychoanalytic theory of counseling. This theory is about what? Who propounded this theory in the first place? Are you listening to me?
Yes,
Are you
ma'am.
listening to me?
Yes, ma'am.
So this theory was propounded by Sigmund Freud. In the year 1899 through 1939, and his idea was about human nature and personality that stemmed from experience, his own experience as a child. Now, Freud was a little child in a family that had a lot of conflict. So at a point, he felt like he was not loved. He was not having given that adequate security and all of those. So he was not happy, and so grew up in that aspect. So for Freud, if a child or if somebody of adult age experiences conflict in life, has depression and anxiety, or has personality issues, like issues of aggression, it can be traced back to the time when the person was a child, and try to understand the developmental processes, the developmental history, the family history, the background, and all of those. How the child was being treated as a child, or how the child was neglected, and if, of course, the child was not loved by the parents due to the conflicts that they were having, that is the husband and the wife were having, that affected the child. Remember, our people say when two elephants fight, the grass suffer, isn't it? So Freud experienced that in his childhood days. He came from a family that had a lot of conflicts, and so that affected his psyche. Hello?
Hi,
Hello?
ma'am.
I'm with you, ma'am.
Yes.
With you.
So, so he talked about in trying to explain how the human nature is composed. He made mention of about three structures or nature of humans. He said that we are composed of a conscious mind, that we are also composed of a preconscious mind and an unconscious mind. Now, he said that the conscious mind is the happenings that we present, those that we are aware, those happenings that we know, things occurring to us that we know. Then it also talked about the preconscious, and he said these are issues coming from the unconscious and the unconscious mind. Now, these are issues that have not actually been forgotten, but then they can come up as from time to time. So he also talked about the unconscious mind. Now, the unconscious mind is that which has memories that are forgotten, hidden ideas, hidden experiences. Now, in humans, we have these three, and the unconscious in humans, in you and I, is that the hidden part of our life is a greater part compared to the preconscious and the conscious. Now, those things that people know about us are just very little. Now, things that people don't know about us are in a very big, extent. Things that you hide within you, things that people don't know until when there is a trigger. Now, that's the explanation Freud was trying to talk about. That those things that people knew about him were just things that he too was aware, and they were just very little. But things that people didn't know about him were just massive. So he went ahead to talk about this human nature, giving an analogy to the tip of an iceberg. He gave an analogy of a tip of an iceberg. When you look at the tip, the iceberg, you see that the greater part of the iceberg is beneath the water. Then a little part of the iceberg is up the water. You can see from this picture I have here, you see that the first part is not as big as the part beneath the water. So he called the first part the conscious, which deals with the thoughts and perceptions that we have. Now, he looked at also the preconscious. He said, even those beneath the water, there is even the thoughts beneath the water, the preconscious, and then the conscious. Even beneath the water, we have two segments. Now we have the preconscious, and when we have the unconscious. Now, the memory stored knowledge is in the preconscious, and then we also have instincts, fears, selfish motives in the unconscious. And here, until there are some triggers to trigger this kind of situations out. Otherwise, they are hidden and people do not actually know. And that is why, if you look at someone who you feel does not look for trouble, or you feel is always happy and never aggressive and all of those, but maybe at a match, maybe somebody steps on their toes and they shout. Now, the matching of the toe is a trigger that has triggered that behavior from the unconscious to be manifest. Are you with me?
Yes,
are you with me?
Yes, we are.
So
Yes.
that picture, I will bring you back to this picture because this one explains better what we are trying to look at. Because the hidden part is much, much greater than the first and the second. Now, but the tip that is out there is really very small. We have the story about what's it called? The first what's it called? Titanic. What happened to that ship? When you talk about tip of an iceberg and you try to liken it to what happened at the Titanic, then you try to understand better what we are talking about. Now, when the Titanic was moving, it didn't realize that the iceberg was bigger beneath. It thought it was just a little piece where it was on the surface. So the ship felt that diverting to another region was useless. It was better to hit the ice so that the ice moves away and then they have their own way. But they didn't know that under under the tip, there was a larger portion of the ice. So when they hit the ice, what happened? They started witnessing a lot of problems, and that was the end of most of them. So it is when you are dealing with human beings, remember that what is hidden that you don't know is it's massive. It is in no small quantity. It is in no small measure. What is hidden in us, it's bigger, but that which you can see and that I can see is just very little. It's the tip of an iceberg. So that is why Freud used this analogy to explain the human nature of consciousness, preconscious, and the unconscious nature. Now, in the unconscious level, we realize that there are certain factors like fear, violent motives, unacceptable sexual desires, irrational wishes, immoral urges, shameful experiences, selfish needs. And you see, many people have issues in life, but people will not tell you everything. Now remember that we have the unconscious and it is stored in the unconscious. So, class? Hello, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I wish to let you know that I hate to stop at this point, but then I have no option. They're calling me for that exam board meeting and I need to be there. Please, immediately I'm done, I will let you know so we can continue from here. Is that okay?
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you,
So you
ma'am.
can
Thank you,
leave the meeting and then we'll come back to meet again when I'm done from that meeting. I'll let the class rep to know. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Did you snap the picture?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you can send it to my, I'll meet with you later, please.
All
Please
right,
just
ma'am.
bear with me. Is that okay? It's a meeting I need to be around. Yes, thank you so much.
Okay.